Let's talk about Puffy or Puff Daddy's Come With Me from the Godzilla soundtrack. Now I'm talking about the music video. He was known as Puff Daddy when this came out, but this is from the Godzilla soundtrack. The Godzilla soundtrack was kind of this big, blockbustery, big soundtrack of the summer of 1998, which 1998, he became P. Diddy later. That was like 2001. 1998 was a weird year because like Total Request Live would start that fall, and the boy band Britney Spears wouldn't hit till later that year, things like that. So like the real late 90s really starts in like 98, 99. Like boy bands really weren't taking over. It was like you could tell it was coming, but it hadn't happened yet. Same with like the rap rock and all that. This is like right before. And it's kind of interesting who they picked because you probably couldn't sell this soundtrack like the next summer as much as you did that summer, which is kind of weird. But I will say Bruce Parker's Right to Rage Against the Machine song is really great. The Jamiroquai song is really great. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Puff Daddy with Come With Me, which this song makes no sense at all. I think it's about like you couldn't doubt him and haters or whatever. So first off, this is the 7-minute cut, so I want to establish that right now. I did the extended cut of Come With Me. So we start off this video and Puffy is getting down with some slow music, and he's like doing it with some lady in his apartment, but then it's a dream and he's on his couch with a boner, I guess. Why have this in this video? It's essential to understand his character, that he's horny on Maine, but also to establish that this video makes no sense. Things that happen in this video, there's no rhyme or reason to them. They're just sort of cool for whatever reason, and it sort of acts like it has a plot. I don't know, but whatever. So then Puffy wakes up from having this wet dream, and he hears what sounds first like Thomas Lennon on TV, and then cuts to Harry Shearer as a newscaster who he isn't Ken Brockman. He's actually a newscaster in Godzilla. Clearly, Puffy is a huge comedy nerd fan and loves the state and Harry Shearer. You know, at a certain point, it's like, who cares about how he feels about excellent comedy actors when you hear that Godzilla is attacking New York City, and eventually, very quickly, is attacking Puffy's apartment for I don't know why. Just Godzilla, and he rips a hole in the side of where the window is, basically, and there's a giant hole in his apartment where, of course, he's gonna just start rapping. So Puffy is rapping at the edge of this building. There's a bus there. Maybe there's a bus that happened there. I don't know. And you see that Jimmy Page is playing electric guitar in Times Square for some reason. Why not? Why doesn't this say Puff Daddy featuring Led Zeppelin and it just says Jimmy Page? I'd like to know the legal reasons for that. I guess it's Zilla. I'm sorry, it's Zilla. Zilla. He's on the Jumbotron and all this stuff, and Puffy's rapping and all this stuff. But then suddenly a jet flies by his building and literally just explodes. Did Zilla attack the jet plane? No, it just explodes. Is there something magnetic field going around Puffy's apartment? Again, I don't know. But this explosion, which is huge, pushes Puffy into the elevator that's in his apartment, because of course he does. And he hits him in this elevator, and then this explosion doesn't kill Puffy because he himself is hot fire because it's 1998, and pushes him into here. And then the elevator starts going up because I think he's on the 10th floor, and then he's going up the elevator. He's rapping all crazy, and he has to take off his jacket because he's hot, because there's just an explosion. He wants to take his jacket off, and he looks all cool, and he's rapping, and rapping all passionately. And I have to say, I have to stop describing this video for you to tell you that there was a time where anytime I was in an elevator, I was by myself, I would try to rap like this because I was a stupid teenager. And when I got to my dorm my freshman year, I was like, oh, there's an elevator in New York. I have to like rap like Puffy by myself. It was like a thing. I only did it and no one could watch. And I was doing that for like a couple of weeks. And then I looked up at the security desk, which right in the lobby. I was like, wait, you have cameras in the elevator? And the security guard was like, yep. Like, so you can see people in the elevator and whatever they're doing? He was like, yep. And I was like, oh. And I just looked at him. I was like, so you can see? And he just looked at me and went, yep. And I never did that again. Anyway, true story. So then Puffy's elevator explodes out of the building and becomes Dove's, and he's suddenly in, and then he's suddenly becomes Dove's. He's suddenly in white clothes, much like in basically Lord of the Rings, where he's like Gandalf the White. I'm assuming it's a Lord of the Rings reference for a movie that wouldn't come out for a few years, or a book. And then the Doves, which I'm assuming is a John Woo reference, and Puffy then from the Doves floats to Times Square, which I know you guys aren't New Yorkers, but he does, and everyone's like, oh, Puffy floating into Times Square. He does that all the time. It's like, it's really annoying because sometimes you're like, oh, we have to like spread out so Puffy like floats down, whatever. Then he floats down onto a stage with an orchestra next to the Jumbotron with Jimmy Page playing. They actually take out advertisements in Times Square like digitally, much like Spider-Man. Did this music video get sued? I don't think so. With like Sean John and stuff. Then he basically just dances around for a little bit and raps and all this stuff. And you see Zilla exploding stuff. I don't know what this song means. He's like, something about hoes, you're stepping on my toes. I think he actually says that. But then he's rapping, he's dancing, and then Zilla shows up, puts his head on the stage. Puffy opens his shirt, looks at Zilla, turns away, turns the camera and goes, "Come with me." Video over. Was this video good? No, this video is stupid. But to Jim in 1998, which I was probably too old to be as into this, I thought this was amazingly stupid, and I really got into this. I did know Kashmir before this, but this really kicked things off for me. I will say another Jim story is I worked in a restaurant where the guy played a lot of classic rock, and as a joke, I put this in the iTunes, and he would never, because it was always on shuffle, he would never know when, this is true, he would never know when Kashmir was coming on and Come With Me would come on, and he'd be getting into Kashmir, and then Puffy would start, and he'd be like, God damn it. And then like a couple months later, he admitted to me, because it's on shuffle, sometimes he just went with it, and he admitted he liked Come With Me by Puff Daddy, which is my other With Me song. I will say Puffy was actually good at knowing that rap rock was going to start, because he had the All About the Benjamins rap remix, and this, it seems like he knew it was happening, but it's interesting when rap rock really took off, he like didn't do that. It's like sort of guitar with like We Ain't Going Nowhere, but anyway, is this song good? No, this is not a good song. The whole thing is sort of stupid, but I like that Puffy was experimenting with stuff. I sort of wish he'd done more of this rap rock when the Limp Bizkit stuff was going on, because I think I like the rap rock remix of All About the Benjamins, actually. It was a big hit. It won the Viewer's Choice Award at the MTV Awards that year, and Puffy this is probably his biggest pop star moment. He really took advantage of the pop star things, also because he ran the label, so what are they going to say no to him? I think Victory might be the better video, but I like the ridiculous 1998-ness of this, and that whole soundtrack, which has a Brain Stew Green Day song with the Godzilla noises that are all over that soundtrack. So anyway, it's getting late, but I will always remember Puff Daddy Come With Me, and I guess I came with him this time. Whatever. All right.